my monologue is child labor. In my monologue, I'm representing a child who has to work every day. And the theater style I've chosen to use with this is realistic theater. My statement of intent is to aware people that child labor still exists in today's society. And I'm trying to emphasize the negative effects this has on children's futures and the suffering that goes with it. And hopefully this will encourage people to want to help these children and break the cycle of child labor. I'm 11, and I've worked in this factory for 10 hours every day since I was 7. It's a very small working place and there's not a lot of fresh air, but you get used to it. It's almost like my home now. I spend most of my time in here. I often wish that I could have friends that I could be with, but most of the children in my neighborhood are asleep when I get home. Then there are other children who work just like me, but I'm not allowed to talk to them, or I've never done it because I'm too scared to try. I can usually see other children playing outside, under the sun, on weekends when they do not have school. They always seem so happy when there's no school. Me, however, I would do anything to be able to go to school and learn how to read and write. I don't really know anything except for how to weave. I actually hate working, but I never tell my parents because I think they would get sad and worry about me. See, we don't have a lot of money, and if I don't work, then my family cannot survive. So I never tell them anything because I just want to make my parents proud of me. But I don't want to live like this. And I believe that every kid should have the right to just be a kid and play outside with his or her friends. If it was up to me, all children in this world should have the right to go to school, and because otherwise there is no happy future. Children like me, we may never get a good job because we didn't get an education, and no one wants to hire anyone who doesn't know anything. Then there are even many children who dies before they have a chance to grow up because so many works in dangerous environments. See, this is where the cycle starts. Children who do not get an education, they grow up in poverty and they are forced to send their own children to school to work. And this goes on and on for generations. All of us together have to break this cycle because nothing will just change by itself. I believe that if everyone just did something to stop child labor, we can make a difference. Child labor is unfair, and no one should have to suffer through this life. Children should be allowed to just be children, not slaves.